Hey everyone, welcome to the Heinz Brothers Mechanical YouTube channel. We're here to talk about all things HVAC, air conditioning, furnace, all of those types of things for the Sherwood Park area and also Greater Edmonton. Today I have with me Adrian Heinz. He's one of the partners, one of the brothers in Heinz Brothers Mechanical. And our topic that we're going to be discussing today, he's going to share some information on why you should consider a ductless mini split system. Okay, now in our videos that we typically start off with a quote, and we've got one here from Thomas Edison, and it says, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." That's really, really good. A lot of people, they do stop right at the point where they're just about to get their breakthrough. They're just about to push through to that final stretch and be successful, and then they quit, and then they wonder what happened. So that's not you, because you guys are working hard and you're building a massive HVAC company out in Sherwood Park. And we have a stat that's talking about more mini splits and air conditioning systems. The share of consumers that owned or wanted to buy an air conditioner jumped from 19.9% in 2009 to around 33% this year. So that's about a 44% increase. That's huge. People don't like being hot and uncomfortable, especially in our Canadian summer. Canadian summer gets hot still, right? Last year we had some good temperatures.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now we're going to jump into the questions. The first question that I have for you is, what is a mini split system?
So a ductless mini split system is actually a different type of heating and air conditioning system that doesn't use ductwork like a typical or conventional HVAC system. So it consists of an outdoor unit and an indoor unit, or multiple indoor unit depending on the unit you have. So that'd be a fan coil inside and a condenser outside.
Okay, so it different than the most air conditioners. They have that big machine outside, and then it runs through your central AC. Is that kind of how the traditional style is, and then this is like completely different?
That's correct. Yeah, the two main types of systems, there's a cooling only system and a heat pump that's capable of doing heating and cooling. The cooling system will actually function in cooler temperatures outside. Okay. So it'll work from about -17 to about +50. Those are the operating temperatures. And the heat pump will actually work within -30 to +30. So actually a good variable. It's good in situations where you need cooling in the wintertime, actually.
Yeah, like in our office, we've got a lot of computers and they generate a lot of heat. And we've got some of those installed in our office here, and they're really to help us out and keep things cool and warm at the same time. So it helps us balance things out. Okay, Adrian, so what are the advantages of a ductless mini split system?
So the first major advantage is it's a ductless system. So in any situations where you don't have conventional ductwork, these systems can be used. A typical example would be a building that's heated primarily by radiant system, like in-floor heating, anything like that. These units can be installed to supplement or to add cooling to the situation. More advantages for the ductless mini split system is that they're higher efficiency and they are quieter units, so actually whisper quiet and high efficiency.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't hear that big buzzing sound and the noise that comes with an AC unit. Is just really quiet and just barely a fan kind of going there. And the efficiency, talk a little bit about that. So does that mean like it uses less power, less electricity?
Exactly. So it uses less electricity. The way it does that is it's now only blowing from the fan coil into one room. So rather than trying to force the air through a duct system, which also loses energy through leaking and things like that, you're just serving one room.
Okay, well that's great. I think anybody who's wanting to save on their energy bills, as well as get cooling in their house, a mini split system could be a good solution for you. So I mean, the best place to call Adrian at Heinz Mechanical out of Sherwood Park, and we'll be sharing the phone number and the email address and so forth with you on this video, so that you can give us a call and schedule an appointment with Adrian. Okay. Now the next question that I've got for you, Adrian, is this: how does zoning work with a ductless mini split system?
So with a ductless mini split system, there is an outdoor unit. You can actually purchase that with a single zone, or you can have a dual zone, up to 4 different zones. So one outdoor unit could actually serve up to 4 different fan coils within the building.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So just like your building here, there's one outdoor unit operating 2 different fan coils. Mm-hmm. So each of those fan coils are capable of being adjusted to their own temperature. So you can have a completely different temperature in this room, and then right next door you could have like a different temperature there as well.
Nice. So you have more, I guess, customizable temperature settings, kind of like in a car where you have dual zone heating in your car. Same kind of idea, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So the next question that I've got for you, sir, is what are the different applications of a ductless mini split system?
So some of the different applications that work best with the mini split system, again, the building that's heated primarily with radiant heat, nursing homes, or different healthcare situations where you can't have any outside contaminants in the room. It basically circulates the air that's in that existing room. Other situations could be retrofits to an existing home, or say you've got a room that was added onto a building and it's not getting proper temperature control. It's a great supplement for that situation. Renovations, and basically just being able to offer a higher level of comfort in different rooms.
Okay, that's great. So if your place runs hot and you've got let's say a radiator, so it uses hot water to heat and cool the place, or heat the place rather. I know I've been in apartment buildings and seniors homes where it's just stiflingly hot, and you want to have a little bit cooler temperature. Typically, the device on the wall, the thermostat on the wall, does essentially nothing because it's hot everywhere,
That's
right?
right, yeah.
So having, if you want to sleep cool, then having that mini split system, that one unit in your bedroom, can help you sleep better at night. And you can turn it on, a couple hours before bed, and then you've got that, nice, comfortable sleeping temperature. I like it cooler when I'm sleeping. I don't know about you, but for me, I like sleeping a bit cooler, so I think that'd be a good application for someone like myself. All right, next question. How does a ductless mini split system work?
Well, the way a ductless mini system works, there's a fan coil on the indoor, or air handling system you could also call it. It blows the air from the room, the hot air, over top of some coils inside the unit. So inside those coils is actually refrigerant that's being pumped from the outdoor unit.
Okay.
So when it's pumped through the coils, the air blows past it. It's an evaporator coil. It takes the cool air and blows it into the room. It also absorbs any heat in the room, or that's being blown over the coils. It absorbs the heat and brings it out to the outdoor unit. The outdoor unit has a compressor built into it, which actually dumps the heat outside, and it results in cool air and sends that back into the indoor unit via the refrigerant lines.
Awesome. So that's pretty slick system. Whoever came up with refrigeration technology is a genius.
Absolutely.
Just gotta say, he's a genius.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff. I like it. And you know what? There's many places in the world that wouldn't be habitable without air conditioning. They just wouldn't be possible. Places like Florida and Texas and all those hot spots, Louisiana, southern United States, just wouldn't be tolerable living without air conditioner. So I'm glad we have it. It's a good tool, a good thing to have. Makes our lives better.
And becoming a lot more popular in the northern provinces and northern states, and that it's almost becoming as important as your furnace.
Yeah, exactly. Because having a good, comfortable sleep temperature, or even just not being in your house and sweating like constantly in your home, it's just uncomfortable, right? So having that, the ability to cool a space is super important. I think at the very least, somebody should think about getting it for either their living room and master bedroom, or some combination thereof, so that you can sleep better. It makes a big difference. Okay, Adrian, so what level of efficiency can I expect to get from a ductless mini split system?
Well, a ductless mini system provides a much higher efficiency. First reason, it's got a higher operational efficiency, so it uses less power when operating. It's only going to work in the rooms that you set it on. So if you're only inhabiting one room in the house, you can just have that one room being cooled at that time. You don't have to be, if you want to be cool in one room, you don't have to cool the rest of the house off at the same time, right? So you're saving that way. The other reason why it's more efficient to have a ductless mini split system is that you're not blowing all this cool or hot air through a duct system.
Right.
So typically duct systems aren't fully insulated, and they're not fully sealed either. So there'll be some leakage, there'll be heat loss or cooling loss in the ductwork itself. So by having an indoor unit run with insulated refrigerant lines to that unit, it's got a much greater energy efficiency.
Awesome. And now I don't know if you talk about SEER and all of that. I don't even understand what that means, but in those ratings, what's the difference in, let's say, your traditional air conditioning system to a mini split system?
Traditional air conditioning systems, for your duct system, I guess you could call it, they range from about 13 SEER is the minimum to roughly 18 SEER, right? When you get into a ductless mini split or a heat pump, now we're getting into ranges from 18 SEER up to 28 SEER. So we're getting a much higher efficiency. That's the efficiency measurement for air conditioning.
Awesome. So like I said, you can save on your electricity bills and still cool your space at the same time. Not the same, but very, very good for you to use. And you know what? I have some friends who are from Australia and so forth, and that's really the only type of air conditioning that's installed is a mini system. They don't use central air because they don't have ducts, because they typically don't need to blow hot air through the whole place because it's hot most of the year there. So really it's just they're cooling off certain rooms or spaces in the house, and they use exclusively mini split systems there. And I know probably lots of places on the earth do. Just in Canada we have ducts, so people have used the central air conditioning solution. But that may not be the right choice for you. All right, so next question. Why should you buy a mini split system?
The reason why you should buy a ductless mini split system, one, you can't actually have a central system, or you're looking for a high efficiency and ultra quiet operational system. Those are some excellent reasons to get a ductless mini split. The government is also providing grants for people actually buying heat pumps, or rather than actual conventional systems.
Okay.
Because they don't produce an exhaust, basically. They're primarily run by electricity. There is no exhaust coming from the system.
Okay, so unlike forced air where you're burning gas in order to heat everything up and get that forced air going through for heating, it just uses electricity and the transfer of the heating and cooling through the refrigerant.
That's right.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. So a couple of good reasons. Any other reasons that you can think of why someone should get a mini split?
One of the major reasons that our customers get ductless mini split systems is that they have radiant heating in the house. So their house was either built on a cement slab and there's no ductwork whatsoever, and they just thought about heating back then. Cooling wasn't as big of an issue, but they now require the cooling, and this way we can actually offer that solution to their problem.
Awesome. Okay, Adrian, so which rooms would benefit most from having a mini split installed?
So primary rooms that would benefit the most from a mini split system would be master bedroom, as we discussed earlier, kind of allowing you to cool yourself off when you're going to sleep. Rooms that, say you've done an addition in your home, and you can't really connect it to your existing duct system, this is a great way to heat or cool that space.
Okay. Really good.
Other spaces that can't be contaminated with outdoor air, like healthcare facilities and that, this is a great way to cool or heat those areas as well.
Awesome. And I know a lot of apartments are including them, or at least the ability to add in a ductless system in their space. I think my father, he has an apartment, and he's got one for his bedroom and one for his main room there. So it cools up the space because it's not that big, right? And he doesn't have any furnace or forced air. It's all hot water heating. And there's you can adjust the thermostat, but it really doesn't do much. You're not going to get cold in that type of a scenario.
Absolutely. That being said, residential condo units as well as office spaces can definitely benefit from a ductless mini split system. You can buy one unit that will serve multiple rooms, right? The quiet operation of a mini split system is also a huge positive for it, right? Being able to sit on your deck and have that running and still be able to have a conversation without it interrupting you and causing a lot of noise or bugging your neighbors is also a benefit to the system.
Awesome. Good. Yeah, I think those are all really good reasons why someone should get one, and where to put them. That's part of the thing. Like, I had an air conditioning system, neighbor didn't have air conditioning system, and they would complain that it's noisy because their bedroom window was there, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry. It sucks to be you, but it is loud when it turns on that initial bump for the central air conditioning. So yeah, maybe a mini split would be good for neighbor relations as well.
Yeah.
Keep the peace. Keep the
Be
peace.
considerate of others.
Yeah, right. Get a mini split. Yeah. Okay. Another question we've got is, what are the electrical requirements for a mini split?
So the electrical requirements for the initial setup are basically they're very similar to that of a central air system, but when they're operating, they're actually using less. So multiple zone units. So if you've got, say, 4 different units operating at the same time, they actually do require a bit of extra because they're providing power to the indoor fan coil as well as the outdoor unit. So there is an extra power source required for the fan coil on the indoor.
Yeah, so you're running power for that one, but it all comes from the same source. Comes from outside. It gets powered outside with that unit, and it runs power through to the indoor unit. So
Exactly.
You're not having to run extra cable inside per se, the same way you would with another appliance or something.
That's right.
Okay, so the biggest question is a mini split system right for you?
Well, Heinz Brothers Mechanical can actually help you out with that. So we can book you a free consult. Just give us a call at 780-999-6900. You can also look us up on our website and send us a quote request.
Yeah.
We'll respond to you at heinzmechanical.com. And we can come into your home, have a look at the existing system, see if it's compatible with you, or maybe there's a different solution that's going to work better for you.
Right.
So we'll work with you on finding that solution.
Okay, best thing to do is call the experts, call the pros at Heinz Mechanical, the Heinz brothers. Adrian here, thank you so much for being with us and sharing this information. We really appreciate it, and I know there's a lot of people who are curious about these systems. So just call Adrian. He'll come out with his smiling face and great hair, and give you a no-nonsense quote, and then leave the decision really up to you, whether it's going to be a mini split or a central air or a combination of both or something else entirely. He can help you out with all of those needs. They also do, just for your information, they also do anything relating to the HVAC, so duct work, furnaces, heating systems, boilers, hydronic heating, which is like in-floor heating, which would be very good for any new construction. And they also have a whole entire plumbing section to their company where they can help you with all different types of things when it regards plumbing, as far as new installs, Great service. If you have a problem, if you've got something clogged, plug, or leaking, and you need help, definitely give these guys a call, and they'll be able to help you out in Sherwood Park and surrounding areas. So that's all for now. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Thank you very much.